Hi everyone, let's build a Warmoth Tele. In this segment we'll be installing the neck. Caution, contoured heel requires shortening of one or more of the neck screws to prevent possible penetration of the fingerboard. In this case we have 2 shortened screws. I would definitely go with that in all cases. It's going to be the left side screws that are shortened. That is the high E side of the fretboard. You want to make certain that you don't get them backwards. So if you didn't select a contoured heel, then this part does not apply to you. They'll all 4 are the same size. Now you use one hand to hold the neck in the neck pocket and a couple of fingers to hold the neck plate up. Use the other hand to get the neck screws started by hand. With the contoured heel, it's going to pretty much always look like the screws aren't going in straight at first. Don't worry about that. And we'll test and see if the existing neck holes are going to be large enough. As you put the neck screws in, you're going to want to go ahead and alternate. Don't just run one down first. You want to do them all a little bit at a time, kind of evenly tighten it down. I can already tell right here that it's not going to be drilled out enough. We're going to have to take them back out and give it a drilling to enlarge the pilot holes. We're going to go ahead and go a little bit further just to show you what it looks like when you know you're really pushing it. If you're having to worry about whether you'll strip the screws or not, then you haven't drilled the pilot holes big enough. Hear that creaking wood there? That's another sign that you need to enlarge those pilot holes. I've seen people force it and split the entire side of the neck off outside of the neck screws there. It's definitely better avoided. And here again, we want to make sure the bit that we select takes out the entire shank portion of the screw, but not the teeth. We want to get rid of the solid metal portion, but the rigid metal teeth, we want there to be plenty of wood for those to bite into. And according to Warmoth, we'll actually want to go one size larger than we normally would in roasted maple. Looks pretty good to me so far. We'll give this a go. And as always, very important to make sure you get the drill bit straight in the drill. You want the tip to be on the same plane as the end. And then make sure that you're straight up and down compared to the side of the neck. Tape your depth off so you don't go straight through the fretboard. Alright, that looks pretty promising. We'll go ahead and give that a go. Quick swipe with our high-tech cleaning adhesive. A lot of people recommend paraffin wax to go ahead and make it easier to get those screws in. I don't have any paraffin wax, but I do have bar soap, good old Irish Spring. Go ahead and run those screws into the bar of soap, get them nice and lubricated. Pretty much any bar soap is going to work fine. Don't go squeezing any body wash on there or anything silly. Of course, you can throw that bar right out there in the shower when you're done with this. Alright, let's get the neck held on. Make sure you don't have soap on your fingers, grinding it in the wood. You're going to pull a little bit much out, so go ahead and rub some of it off. You don't want to get it in the wood, you just want it in the hole. You don't want it all over the body wood, I should say. You just want it in the neck hole to go ahead and aid the screw pushing its way into the wood. And you can already tell the difference as you're screwing things in here. If the idea of using soap skeeves you out, you can skip the step entirely. Alternatively, if you don't want to buy paraffin wax for yourself, like at the grocery store or something, you may be able to borrow, beg, or steal some from people that are into home canning, skateboarding. You know, people sometimes put wax in their hair. If you've got a candle laying around the house, that might be an option. It's not your candle, you should know. Somebody will get mad if you screw a screw into it. Got a candle burning, sometimes you can just dip the tip in there and swipe a little bit of wax, but some folks will get mad if you do that to their candles too. Well, anyway, looks like that worked out well for us. We've got the neck put on, looking good. Feeling like a guitar already. I'm pretty excited here. Really feel the vibration from the neck and the body. That's a good sign of a good guitar. I noticed that there's a very slight gap on the low E side of the neck when you look at it from the front. That's very easy to close up. We're going to go ahead and loosen the screws ever so slightly. You see that gap there at the top of the neck? Well, didn't quite get rid of it. Give it another try. Now, not all guitars are able to have the gaps entirely minimized or removed. It's alright to love your guitar anyway. It's alright to write a hit record with them anyway. This one we can get though. So I'm going to go ahead and pull on the neck. I'm going to use the top horn of the guitar as leverage to give it a yank over while I'm tightening the screws and holding in the neck in place where I want it. Alright, that's looking great. We're almost there for our first try. Up next, installing the guitar's first set of strings. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of the day.